Good morning. My name is Gina, and I am blessed to be the spiritual director here at Centers for Spiritual Living Greater Boston. I am coming to you virtually for a variety of reasons this morning, and it is a blessing to me to be here with all of you. So I thank you for being here with us this morning. We are back in person next week, not to no worries there. We are back live with all of you next week. And today we are embracing the now. So, right here, right now, we are knowing the truth of who and what we are. We are living in the power and the presence. We are living as that power and that presence. So, here at Centers for Spiritual Living, we teach the science of mind. And what that is, it's a combination of philosophy, religion, and science. So, it's a little bit of all of it rolled up in one that we call truth. And in that truth, in that knowing, I am going to move along into our first song, which is The Power of Now with Faith Revere.
Power of now is always present, nowhere to be than where you are. The power of now flows oh so gracefully. The power of now is always perfect, nothing to be than who you are. The power of now flows oh so easily. Be willing to let go of everything you think you need to know. Oh, be strong enough to let go of everything you think you need to control. For everything goes away. Let everything wash away. The power of now. The power of now is ever flowing, connecting the soul to the world. The power of now unfolds so peacefully. Be willing to let go of everything you think you need to know. Oh, be strong enough to let go of everything you think you need to control.
power of now, and I love the line in that. Be willing to let go of everything you think you need to know. So powerful. And for our invocation, we have the beautiful Maria is going to be doing us, blessing us with our invocation this morning. Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning. It's so wonderful to be here. My little rock here that I have on my desk every day says Carpe Diem. Seize the day. Be in the now. The power of now. Embracing that. And just taking this time to ground ourselves and breathe. Breathing in, taking in that precious breath, the infinite creative spirit, the infinite mind, the creative source, love, abundant joy, peace, feeling that all within, because I know that I am one. I am one with this source. I'm one with this creative spirit, with this joy, with this peace. And as I know I am one, I know each and every one is one with this light, with this energy, connecting with this vibration, with this source. And each and every one here today, um, here live, listening now live, listening later. Anyone that is not yet to listen, we are all here. We are all one with this just infinite spirit, embracing this, embracing each and every day. And today, listening to the inspiring words of Gina and the expression of love and that song, just so beautiful. The technology, all is perfect, all is well, all is what it should be, where it is, right here, right now. And for each and every one, enjoying this time together, feeling that love, feeling that vibration of peace and joy. Today is a perfect day. So I embrace that and invite you, namaste, to pray. And together we say, and so it is.
And so it is. Thank you so much, Maria. Beautiful. And for our sacred reading, we have our beloved Darlene.
Good morning. Good morning. So, as you've heard, the theme is Embrace the Now. And just the other day, I saw a quote on Facebook, and it said, quote, "This is the beginning of anything you want." So I paused for a moment and I thought, well, okay, that's cute. And it sort of sounds like embrace the now. But to me, we need to know how. How do we embrace the now? And so I looked through my collection of Ernest Holmes books, and the one that I love so much is this thing called You. And I think the passages that I'll share shortly lays out how we who study this philosophy and anyone who's on a personal journey spiritually can begin to embrace the now. So I'll be reading some passages from pages 29 through 33. Quote, "First of all, you must arrive at peace of mind. It is only on the basis of peace that you can persist with absolute certainty. Peace alone gives poise. There is an intuition within you which already knows that you are one with good, that your destiny is certain, and you must listen to this intuition, for it is the voice of God in you." And that's embracing the now. Holmes goes on, "Quite naturally, many ask, is there a secret way? Is there an occult way? Is there some great thing that only a few people know? The great and wise ones that I must learn? Must I renounce everything to find peace?" Unfortunately, many persons labor under the mistaken idea that there are deep secrets, that there are subtle and unknown pathways which only a few people know about. Great truths which only a few have realized. And so the search goes on through the pathway of mystery. We are to take a more direct and simple path from your intellect to your true self. The answer is not in any book, but in yourself. That is embracing the now. The master teacher Jesus shared, "Behold, the kingdom of God is at hand." That's embracing the now. And Holmes goes on. Jesus had no secret teaching, no occult lore. He indulged in no weird performances. The truths he taught were few and simple. He said that the laws of life are repeated on every plane of being. Every plane of being. He did teach the necessity not of repressing our desires, but of constructively doing good, harming none, expressing them. There is no mystery here. Simple, direct statements of cause and effect, the inevitable necessity of good finally overcoming evil, the glorious concept that the kingdom of God in all its wonder and beauty exists eternally changeless, waiting your recognition. That is why we embrace the now. Embracing the now is embracing God. And finally, he says in this section of the book, since you are primarily a spiritual and mental being, you must rearrange your thoughts, to meet, to agree with, to harmonize, and unify with this concept. No one can do this for you as well as you can do it for yourself. Try to simplify the whole process, make it direct. You are starting out on a great adventure, a wonderful journey. You are guided by love, inspired by truth, and your future will be what you make it. And that is when this is the beginning of anything you want, quote, quote, makes sense to me. Embrace the now. And so it is. Thank you.
And so it is. Thank you so much, darling. That was beautiful. I love that. Embracing the now is embracing God. Isn't that true?
My pleasure.
Thank you. And the next song that I'm going to play, I absolutely love. And it is, really listen to the words to the song. It is absolutely, to me, it shows how it all links together. Exactly.
my father dare touch it and say, please may I have a kiss. Yes, the breeze made me exist. And if you want to get even deeper into this right now, you will look at me and see a big old cloud. That's right, the cloud it took to form the storm, to make the breeze, to shake the leaves, to inspire the lip lock. Yes, a raindrop will pop up out these words. You heard me right. If you look at me close enough, you will see a dark, stormy night. And what is night? Well, night ain't night without a polar opposite of sunlight. So if you watch the way my hands sway, you'll see the light of day. And every day is a testament to the sediment of the earth's cores, ever spinning enormous force. So when you look at me just right, you'll see a spark of the source. But the most fascinating thing about this, and it's true, is that if you look at me just right, you see you. Only what you perceive, how you believe, the space between you and me that creates reality. So when I sing, you can feel it. When I cry, you can heal it. When I speak words, you can be the words I speak by singing with me. Peace, love, free. 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 And when I try to fight or run, I only wind up back at square one. And when I think I know what's best for me, fate, she takes me back to exactly where I need to be. And when I am alone and full of fear, I just remember the rising sun always appears. And every day miracles, miracles that I see. Will you take me back? You take me back, you take me back, you take me back to exactly where I need to. I am exactly where I need to be. I need to be exactly where I am. I am a blessing manifest.
Yes, that last words of the song are, I am a blessing manifesting. Yes, you are. You are a blessing made manifest. So, welcome to Centers for Spiritual Living, Greater Boston, on this chilly Sunday morning in New England. And it is a gift to be here with you. I am, so grateful for this beloved community. And this is, to me, all that it took, just like in that song, all that it took, from the breeze to her parents to the sunrise, the sunset, all of it works together in this oneness, in this majesty called life. And for all of this to happen, to be right here, right now, so many things occurred. So then why are we always so much in a hurry to be somewhere else? You know, so often we get caught up in the where we need to be, should have, would have, could have, all the story of life. And we forget that we did all that we did to be right here, right now. There's so many aspects to life that move so fast in our society. And, we're conditioned to be paying attention to everything else. It's so important that we begin right where we are, in that connection, in that knowing, in that truth. Spiritual living isn't something that happens, when we get to it. Spiritual living is a way of life. And when we live that way, life flows better. It's just easier. We make decisions that are easier. Everyday occurrences are the magic and miracles that we aspire for. Life just happens and flows. And we know we are exactly where we need to be. And that's what it's all about, is being present right here and right now. And just like Darlene said earlier, well, how do I do that? How do I get out of the rat race of life that it seems sometimes and be present in the now? And there are practices. It's not something out there, it's something that we do every day. It's how we show up in life. Eckhart Tolle said, too often we take life for granted and move through it on autopilot, or we sleepwalk our way through it and life just passes us by. When we aren't present for our lives, we are missing out on life itself. It's not uncommon for people to spend their whole life waiting to start living. I don't know about you, but I've known many people that way, waiting for something to happen. Well, when I meet the right person, or when I have the right job, or once I've gotten through school, or once I, get that promotion, woulda, coulda, shoulda of the past, and it's all someplace else. We are living this life right here and right now. And I am grateful to have enough. But when I get caught up in the story, there's never enough. We live in this multimedia, constant flashing society that tells us there's so much more. And it's not to say that there isn't more, but if I have too much, I can't see the forest for the trees. If you're walking through the forest and you're not paying attention, you're just missing so much beauty. Are we sleepwalking through our lives that way? Are we getting caught up in the seeming problems, the everyday distractions? Or are we really paying attention? Did you give any thought to the fact that you have heat this morning, that your bed was comfortable? Did you give any thought to the fact that, it's feels like colder, but it's 14 degrees right now outside. And I'm warm and I can be here with you, not distracted by that. I have all I need. I'm blessed. I'm gifted, and I have spent time thinking and blessing those that may not. But I don't have to lose the gift of what I have by thinking of someone as something else. I just know that flow and I bless and I do what I can when I can. And then I come back to center. It's so important that we are not judging it either. We get this curiosity. I love that word. I absolutely love that word. Mary O'Malley said, curiosity is the art of bringing your attention and your immediate experience together. As your attention becomes engaged with what is happening right now, you'll discover that there is a lot going on around you that you never notice. It is life, and when you are curious, you make direct contact with it. So, what does that mean to make direct contact with life? It's really being present in the moment. It's connecting in this moment into the oneness. It's seeing and feeling what's going on around us, whether it be the sunlight coming in a room just a certain way, or the temperature, or how I'm feeling. When was the last time you stopped and did a scan of your body? and just really said to myself, how am I feeling today? I know I don't do it. I never did it before, and I'm trying to be mindful of. It's a practice that I'm putting in. That I'm trying to be mindful of honoring my body that way, from head to toe, or from toe to the tip of your head. Start and just being present and honoring, maybe tightening the muscles and letting them go, noticing the gifts of what they do. We just assume we get up, we move, we run, we do. We have millions of cells, billions of cells in our body. They're doing tremendous things for us. Are we honoring it? Or we just assume it's just like the car? It starts, we're happy, we just drive along. There's a lot of parts that it took that for that to happen. But our bodies are miracles. If we have a cut, it heals. When we honor it, it thrives and flourishes. When you take care of something, it works better. It's just that simple. We know that of our cars. That's why we have oil changes. That's why we have maintenance. Do we do it for ourselves? Is your body telling you that it needs rest? Is your mind telling you you need to get off the computer? We are in this multi dimension that everything's coming at us. We're seeing thousands and thousands of messages every day, many of us, depending upon what it is you do for work, or if you're surfing the net, or how connected you are. It can be so distracting. But we can be right here, right now, if we choose. As soon as you honor the present moment, all unhappiness and struggle dissolve, and life begins to flow with joy and ease. When you act out the present moment awareness, whatever you do becomes imbued with a sense of quality, care, and love. Even the most simple action. And that's Eckhart Tolle. So, whatever you're doing, when we do it mindfully, can be centered in love. So, it's not just calling someone to see how they're doing while I'm doing other things. It's being right here, right now, and open to that person. How are you? And really being present. There's so much of my life that I have rushed through. And I didn't know any differently. And I also, well, there's so much to get to. There's plenty of time when I'm present in time. Spirit always makes the way. I don't know if you've ever had this experience, but I know for me, spiritual practices in the morning are so important. And there may be a day here or there that I don't have time for that. I get that thought. I can tell you that anytime I make the time and I just do that, everything flows and time warps, and I get where I need to be in just the right time. My spiritual practices, somehow it fits in just right, regardless of if and when I make it the priority. Everything else flows better because I've done that. But I get to make that choice. I am not a human doing, I'm a human being. And what that looks like for every person is different. It's really coming to a place of understanding, who and what I am. Ernest Holmes said, all ideas are formed in the present, since there is neither past nor future to reality. So reality is right here and right now. It's all there is, was, and ever will be. But my point of power is right here, right now. It just works that way. There is nothing else other than where I am. So am I using this moment? Am I using the gifts I have? See, what we are is consciousness first. And when I am distracted by what goes on around me, when I am distracted by what I have to do in the future, I'm robbing myself of the infinite now. And it's something that we're taught. And then I judge it. And that's the other thing. Then I go back to that point that I'm judging it and saying, I can't do that. I told myself I wouldn't. It's just being curious. Okay, why do I keep doing that? What am I holding myself back from? What is it that, what is this showing me? Why am I in such a hurry? It's just be curious about it. Ask it questions. I'm actually taking 3 classes this semester, and one of them in particular, it just gets to me. It's like there's a certain part of it that just bothers me. And I've really been asking, what is it about that that's frustrating me, that pushes a button in me? And the truth is, it's making me stop and pause again and again and again in a way that I don't like. I'm not used to that many pauses. I'm used to let's go, let's get this done. What are you here to teach me? And the answer is yes. That's all. What are you here to teach me? Yes. That's really what the answer is. The pause is the lesson. That moment in between is where the answer comes. It's not, life itself is the lesson. It's not that we need to put more into it to get more out of it. It's just paying attention to it, to the sun, to the moon, to the people that were in our lives. And we're not in a society that teaches us that. So many of us are sleepwalking through the next thing, the next thing, the next thing. It's like a rat race. I think that one of the greatest visuals of our culture is to go to a gym and see all those people on treadmills. Everybody's in a hurry to go absolutely nowhere. I think that might be the greatest visual of our time, because that's what life feels like a lot of the time. You get caught up in the things to do, and there's so much less being. But we can choose, and we can choose again and again. Einstein said you cannot solve a problem from the same consciousness that created it. You have to learn to see the world anew. See the world anew. And what does that mean? It means with fresh eyes. It means sometimes suspending everything I think I know and allowing myself to feel uncomfortable. So rather than blaming whatever it was in that class that bothered me, sitting with it and asking myself, what is it that's disturbing me? Or when I look at the news, and there are people that think differently than I do. Okay, what is it about that really is upsetting me? And being in that place of allowing myself to feel, not trying to push away any discomfort, because that's another thing we do. For me, denial was the tool. No, I'm okay. Or that spiritual bypass, a lot of people will call it. It's not about that. It's not just about feeling good in the now and denying that there's anything else. It's acknowledging whatever is and changing it. When there's tension, if we allow ourselves to notice it and actually get the lesson of it, the tension goes away. And in our bodies, if we're not paying attention to that little, it gets stronger, it gets bigger. That dis-ease grows. So are we paying attention when it's something small, whatever it may be? Because we get the opportunity. We can live differently. Eckhart Tolle says, accept, then act. Whatever the present moment contains, accept it as if you had chosen it. Always work with it, not against it. Make it your friend and ally, not your enemy. This will miraculously transform your whole life. Accept it. What does that mean? Like I've chosen it. But what if I haven't? What if I don't want that? Acceptance is simply taking away a block of what is. It doesn't mean that it's not going to change. It doesn't mean something can't get better. It just means I'm not denying it. I'm not pushing against whatever is keeping it in place. When I allow it, when I accept something, the Serenity Prayer says, accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to make the difference. So accepting it doesn't mean that I want it, doesn't mean that but I can be in a place of allowing whatever the lesson is, whatever it's there to show me, to flow through it so that it can dissipate into something greater and transmute into something better. Even the worst circumstances in life often end up being the greatest teachers. There's something in everything, but I don't need to hold it in place and fight it. Charlotte Joko Beck said, joy is exactly what's happening, minus our opinion of it. So it's what's happening, other than what I think about it. So all that negative stuff, I'm adding to it. That's my story. How many stories and false beliefs are we holding on to because someone else gave them to us? Someone told us how to think. Somebody told us what we should feel about, what we should be striving for, what it means. How many of those things are we holding on to that might be holding you back or stuck in a place because other people weren't ready to move forward? You get to choose. We know that when we change the way we look at things, the things we look at changes. We know that. That's what we're taught. So it's not about holding on to it. It's not staying stuck in it. It's knowing that we're the observer. You get to look at that. Well, that's interesting. I like that. I don't like that. Won't do that one again. But observing it without judgment, without being stuck in it, without thinking that story is all there is. I love thinking of the book of life. Like every one of us has this book that we're writing, and we're characters in this book, and we get to guide it. We guide that pen along, and we can't always direct how other people are going to act. The supporting actors in our dramas. We get to choose: is this a comedy? Is it a tragedy? Is it what are the emotions I'm putting into it? It's not just the stuff that happens to us. It is what's happening through us. It is how I am looking at life, living life, celebrating life. How am I living? What am I reading from it? What am I taking to it? What am I choosing now? So we get the opportunity in each and every now moment to do differently, to be differently, to live differently. Ernest Holmes said, every man represents an individualization of the universal wholeness, the love, peace, joy, and freedom of spirit. Therefore, we have a divine right to rise above fear, impoverishment, and disease. We should have confidence that the power of the spirit expresses through every atom in our being now, in this moment. The power of a spirit expresses through every atom in our being now, in this moment. It's not more tomorrow. It's not less next week. There's nothing that diminishes. Is right where we are, no matter what. We get that choice to remember. And the last quote I have is from Alice Morse Earl, and I love this one, and I say it all the time. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. Today is a gift. That's why it's called the present. And I love that. It's a gift. What are you doing with it? Do you realize that this moment, there are people that did not wake up today? There are people that were in our lives last year and aren't here this year. And that can be devastating. Grief is one of those things that it is a real thing. I think often the people in my life, I am blessed to have had them. They are gifts. And either I remember the good times and the gifts that they were, or I don't and I get stuck in the loss. Do I look at what I have or what I don't? Because I have plenty of people around me now. I may miss that person, but do I stay stuck in it? See, in the present moment, we get a choice. We get a choice. There's people all around us that can help. If you need that, we're here. That's what spiritual community is the best for. Prayer lifts. Spiritual practices lift. Spirit lifts. And it's not out there. It's right here, right now. So we get to connect it. We get to be in that place. Know who and what we are in this moment. Know what that power is and embrace it. And live life as the gift. Live presence in that presence. And our affirmation for today is, please say it with me, I am present with what is and open to possibilities. So truly knowing all is well. And there are infinite possibilities waiting for you in this moment. Not next week, not next month. Everything you become is from right now. So thank you. Thank you for being here with me for this message. And, I'm going to bring in Darlene for our sacred giving.
Hello again. I'm just going to take a moment to share a brief testimonial about sacred giving. When this center reopened last summer, our bank account was overdrawn. Still, a small team held a vision for a true reemergence of a center in Boston. And our spiritual director, Gina, came on board full-time in October. So our group continued to pray and continue to support the center through sacred giving. And there have been others who have joined us virtually who have been moved by the energy of the center, the message that Gina gives us every Sunday, which is so beautiful and so powerful. So I can attest as part of the finance team that we now have a positive bank balance. It's going in the right direction, and I know sacred giving will allow us to keep growing. We will be here waiting for you as the weather warms and the virus slows. We'd love you to be part of our community. So please join us through sacred giving so that we can grow this center. We will be here and waiting for you. Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you, Darlene. And if you can join me and Darlene in our sacred giving affirmation, divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate. And so it is. And thank you, Darlene. And yes, actually, we are doing very well and in the right direction, and then some. So it's not. We have all we need, and it is growing, and it is growing, and I am so grateful for that. There are different ways you can give, and I put those right up there. If you've been spiritually fed, you can use PayPal and reach right out to us, and through PayPal, you can do a text to giving. There's so many ways that, we are here, and however it is, we look forward to you coming back in person. And so just know that we are here and we're grateful for all that you do and all that you've given. Thank you. We're here because of you and your support. Also, we have visioning every Monday for the growth of this beautiful center, knowing that vision just keeps growing and it motivates us every week. It's an amazing process. And if you are not doing it regularly, oh, I strongly encourage it. I strongly encourage it. And I want to just, on that, our vision board workshop is the last Sunday of the month. So on the 30th, after service, join us. It is virtual, and however it is, whether it's virtually or in person, join us. I will let you know in advance what you need. Thank you. Thank you for being a part of us. Let people know we are also still, we are 5 o'clock on New Thought Media Network. And I encourage you to let people know we're here. And we have fellowship right after service. So join us on Zoom. This is the address. It's also in the links that we send out. It comes through our newsletter. If you haven't signed up for our newsletter, please go to cslboston.org and sign up. And we hope to see you in our fellowship. Thank you. Thank you for being here with us this morning. Let us know that we are here, and we are so looking forward to seeing you in person with us again. I hope you have been spiritually fed. Please join us in fellowship. We have one song left, and it's Eddie Watkins Jr. All is well. So blessings and love. Namaste. All is well.
I'm not worried about tomorrow. Today I declare freedom from yesterday, mistakes of the past. Today all things are made brand new. And don't it feel good to know that all is well and unfolding as it should? I can change my reality by changing my mind. Perfect peace, joy, and happiness is yours and it's mine. I am loved and so are you. And don't it feel good to know that all is well and unfolding as it should? Let me hear you sing, all is well, all is well. Divine Spirit is directing me right now. All is well, all is well, all is well, and unfolding as it should. I am cloaked in the Spirit, I am fed by the divine. I am one with all that is, my soul is free from time. I am blessed and so are you. And don't it feel good to know all is well? Don't it feel good? All is well. Just to know that my soul is free from time. All I got to do is change my mind. I'm free. Don't it feel good? All is well. As it should.